Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is going to be a brief little review for Maoyuu Maou Yuusha, Episode 9. This is quite the epic little episode, I have to say. A city came together in the shock and horror of their beloved Crimson Scholars being branded a heretic, and the planned arrest by the church that was to follow. We saw the Winter King step up and put out the church's messenger, the man sent to fulfill the church's decree, and the female knight declaring the Crimson Scholar, Mao, a saint by the standards of her station in the convent. It was interesting to me because, for whatever reason, my assumption last episode was that it was because of Hero's confiding in the visiting traitor, who also has longing eyes for Mao, that led to the churches proclaiming Mao a heretic in the first place, and her doings going against their deity, the Light Spirit. There were hints that ties did exist between the trade syndicate and the church, so it was, to my thinking, a natural assumption. We do see in this episode that the traitor is visited by one of Mao's disciples, if you will, from the Ice Country, and that he and the traitor plan to stall the Council of 10, whom I presume to be the leaders of the syndicate, and eventually overrule them in order to put in place a new Council of 10. What exactly this will amount to, I'm not entirely sure. It could be that the traitor truly is on the side of Mao and the hero, the good, or it could prove true that he's only really in it for himself. Time will have to tell on that one. The hands-down spotlight of this episode deservingly goes to the older sister Maid, though, as she had to make good on her promises to both the Demon King and the hero by donning the appearance-changing ring and allowing herself, as Mao, to be arrested. They really put on a show of it, the church I mean, planning to show her for the heretic evil they claimed her to be. Older sister prior to this put on a brave face for the female knight and hero, ultimately breaking down once they'd left her alone. The weight of her responsibilities and what she and her younger sister had just barely managed to escape in their previous lives as serfs all came crashing down on her. She willingly allowed herself, though, to be beaten and bloodied in front of the crowd of people that came to see if the rumors about the Crimson Scholar were true. And at some point, the church messenger and the guards surrounding her took one shot too many and ignited a pride that was truly inspiring. The speech older sister delivers, while still in the guise of Mao, transcended, I think, both women in their outlooks on life, their goals, and what was at the heart of them. She spoke about the familial losses that she and her younger sister suffered, the struggles of being serfs, and without being specific, the kindnesses they both came into when they met Mao and had made. Older sister told Winter King's people that freedom was theirs, no matter if they were serfs or not. She described what that freedom meant and what it felt like to truly be free and truly human. No longer will she ever be an insect, as the head maid once called her, and she says that everyone must rise above being insects and explore the freedom that is by extension their birthright. And even the Winter King himself was awed and awakened to the realization that what older sister Maid was saying was also about him, as he too had become stagnant and willing enough to let the church have its way in making Mao an example. If you're a fan of this series as I am, I'd be surprised if this entire sequence didn't inspire you and make you smile, as by the end, the crowd turned their rocks on the church messenger, and he is chased out of the Winter King's territory effectively with his tail between his legs. It was pretty awesome. And there were a couple of odd little things thrown in toward the end for good measure as well. A blue demon prince, or otherwise, waking from a dream vision of Mao, whilst proclaiming that he will eventually be the ruler of the world. I can only guess what that means, as well as what I assume to have been a message by Mao herself, about how she will return as she has many times before. And this accompanies images that suggest, like the final chapter of the Matrix trilogy, this has all happened time and again through the ages, that former incarnations of herself, or perhaps her ancestors, have met heroes past who'd come to slay them, and that she hopes this time will be the one to truly bring benevolence to all life. At least that's my best estimation as to what that was all about. Either way, it was a decent episode with an inspiring message behind it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of it if you've seen it, and what you made of that final scene. Has this all been a recurring saga through the ages, do you think? Let me know down below as always, and otherwise, that'll be it for me on this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.